Brothers and sisters out there in YouTube land. This here's Grateful Panic, and I've got another video for you guys today. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Great Eastern Cutlery number 85 bullet end jack. And before we get into that, let's go ahead and get this panic dump out of the way and let you guys take a look at what I was carrying today, which it's pretty much going to be excuse me, second verse same as the first, because I haven't really deviated besides this guy right here. And so in my pocket I had the Spyderco Endura, and I also had the TC Barlow and the Holiday Leatherworks Natural Veg Tan slip, and the Victorinox Alox Pioneer, and the Olight S1R Baton 2. And on my belt today I had the Bark River Knives Aurora, and of course the Buck 110 Light. And that brings us into the What Am I Drinking segment, and I'm really excited about this, guys, because my last What Am I Drinking segment was very disappointing for me and you, but I was able to get by the good store today, and today's find basically just made the horribleness of yesterday disappear. So check this out, because what I am drinking on is some Dogfish Head, and Dogfish Head and the Grateful Dead present American Beauty. I mean, is that just awesome or what? And this is a very delicious pale ale, and it says it is pale ale brewed with granola and honey, which sounds kind of weird and not so delicious, but it's actually really, really good. So there we go, the most epic What Am I Drinking of the history of this channel. So with that being said, it's time to get down to the nitty gritty, guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at this GEC bullet end jack, and this is a real beauty. And I actually lucked up into this thanks to the ever watchful eye of Doc Holliday, because he messaged me one night and said, hey, did you see that? Because I had tried to get on the reserve for this guy through Collector Knives, and literally by the time I received the notification, logged into the website and tried to reserve one, they were all gone, and I was pretty bummed. Well, he messaged me and said, hey, did you see that this Slip Joint Paradigm, this Facebook group that we're in, they're offering up, I think it was like 50 or 55 slots. They've got, I guess somehow they were able to reserve that many. I don't really know how it works. So bottom line, I was able to throw my name in and get one of these, and I was super excited about that, and I really appreciate Doc letting me know what was going on with that. So before we get to the meat and taters of this knife, let's go ahead and get the boring stuff out of the way and get some measurements and materials, and not a weight, because I keep forgetting to buy a new scale. But I did get a really high-tech fancy piece of equipment so that we could get rid of that pesky tape measure. So we have a closed length of right at 3 3/4 inches. Got an overall length, and this is very precise and accurate, guys. I hope you know that. We got an overall length of, looks like 6.5 inches. We've got a full blade length of 3 inches and a cutting edge of about 2 5/8 inches. So Let's get that. Gotta take care of that. That's high-tech equipment. Material-wise, what we're looking at on this guy, we've got some nice cover material in African blackwood, and you probably can't see it with this on this camera and with this lighting, but the figuring in this blackwood is really cool. You got some nice grain structure running down the length of the handle. We've got nickel silver bolsters and end caps, and a really cool, I think this is just a real gem right here, a really cool nickel silver pinned corset shield. And these bolsters, and this is the first slip joint traditional knife, whatever, that I've had like this, and definitely the first GC that I've had like this. But these bolsters are pinched and lined. Oh, I do have some lined bolsters, but I don't have any pinched bolsters, and I think that's a really cool effect there. This is stainless steel liners. We've got stainless steel pins. We've got a stainless steel back spring. And this is the one of the easy open models with this easy open cutout, and you'll see that in action later on. We got a nice 1095 carbon steel blade, and this is a really awesome spear point in my opinion. I think it's so cool. Just a really good looking blade. It's got a nice cut swedge coming down to the tip right here, and the opening is a match strike long pull, and if you can see, the long pull has these kind of serrations or right here, which makes it a match strike long pull, and the blade is in a satin finish. And I really dig this blade shape right here. It's a, I don't know, I kind of call it the, and I don't normally name my knives, but I've named this one Buddha because it has a fat little belly, and you want to poke the belly, you want to rub the belly for good luck. You probably really don't want to do that because you'll probably cut yourself. But yeah, I call this this is just my terminology here. I call this a fat belly spear, and I just think that's a really cool blade shape right there. Walk and talk wise, this guy is pretty stinking spectacular. I mean, you listen to that snap. I'll shut my mouth so you can hear it here and see this easy open in action. Oh, that's just beautiful. Yeah, I like that. That is a good walk and talk. I would call this pull probably about a 6.5. I mean, it's got a pretty strong pull on it, which I like. I'm not a big fan. I don't like nail breakers, but I'm not a big fan of slip joints with a weak pull. That was one of the main issues I had with the that 43 that I had, the Oregon Trapper. It just, I mean, it almost was like a modern folder with weak detent. You could, it's, I mean, I'm exaggerating here, but it's almost like you could shake it open. But this guy, this is right about perfect. Yeah, that's a beauty right there. And it's called the bullet end jack. I mean, for obvious reasons. If you look at the end cap there, it's kind of got the shape of a bullet. And this, just this right, not this specific pattern, but basically, you know, this design of slip joint right here, the basic handle shape, it being a single blade. And I mean, I do love clip points, worn clips. The blade shape's not a huge factor, but just basically that setup right there is my ideal traditional knife, my ideal slip joint. I mean, I'm a huge fan of trappers, which getting these GECs with the half stop has ruined me for trappers because I mean I love them. I mean I'll always love them. That was my first traditional knife when I was a young kid. But there's just something about this half stop that I just I mean it just blows my mind. It's so satisfying opening and closing that knife. So any traditional knife that doesn't have a half stop is, I mean, I love it. I love it to death. It's just a tiny bit less appealing for me than one with a half stop. Um, and that's pretty much it on this guy. Oh, well, we didn't go over the tang stamp, which it's pretty. Uh, if you can see it, this one is in Northfield trim, so it's got the Northfield unexcelled tang stamp with made in the USA. If it was Titty Ute trim, it would have Titty Ute Cutlery and then made in USA. And on the pile side here, we've got GEC CAR, which of course stands for Great Eastern Cutlery Carbon, and then the model number 852118. It's the 85 pattern. 2 stands for the primary blade shape, which is spear point. 1, the first one means it's a single blade knife, and then the 1 and 8, it's a 2018 pattern. And like I said, I was so very lucky to get this knife thanks to the heads up from Doc, and I really, really appreciate that because this was one of my greatest grabs of this year. Another one being the Northfield Madison Barlow that I just picked up yesterday in the Northfield drop, and it shipped today, so it'll be here sometime next week. So I'm looking forward to at least doing a first look or unboxing of that and let you guys take a look at that, and then of course I'll be reviewing it sometime in the near future. And I hope that this review of a traditional knife didn't bum you out. I know a lot of us, and I'm a huge modern folder fan. I'm just a knife guy, period. So I love all knives, fixed blades, slip joints, modern folders, lockbacks, you name it, I love it. If it's got a sharp edge and a sharp point on it, then I love it. But I do enjoy doing a traditional review from time to time, and I do have some in my collection that I haven't reviewed yet, so I'll definitely be reviewing those guys here coming up over the next couple weeks or month or couple of months. However it goes, we just kind of play it by ear. No set schedule or pattern or anything. Oh, and before I let you guys go, our good friend and family member, brother J.R. Rodriguez, just started a YouTube channel, and he's got an intro video, and then I don't know if I want to give the title and spoil the surprise or let you, but he's got a really amazing video that he put out, and it's titled I think it's What Makes a Knife Nut, but basically it's just laying out his opinion and his take on what it is that classifies somebody as a knife nut, what makes them a knife guy, what drives them, what it means to be a knife guy, what it means to be in the knife community. It's an absolutely awesome video. So you guys need to check him out and subscribe to his channel because he is a great guy, pillar in the knife community, and definitely one of my inspirations and my mentors. And I'm very, very blessed to be able to call him my brother and friend. So you guys definitely check his channel out and subscribe to it. I will have the link to it in the description below. And I appreciate you guys watching. And I hope you enjoyed this video, because I dang sure enjoyed bringing it to you. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for being who you are, and thank you for being a part of the Grateful Panic family. And with that being said, guys, this is Grateful Panic signing off. And remember, guys, stay alert, stay alive, and hey, how about do something nice for somebody today? Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.